Roy, we got to get you a woman. I mean, what are buddies for, right? That's a group called Runt, and it's a hit from KRLA. Hello? 546 now with Dick Saints.
Dave Mason and Cass Elliott are together for the first time on records, and for the first time together in a KRLA concert.
We started the way we both had in mind to do. After a while, we went the wrong way.
Also appearing the new Ball and Jack.
How can I telephone the way I feel?
And P.F. Sloan.
Telephone instead of telling you.
See this great show at the Santa Monica Civic Sunday night, January 10th, presented by KRLA in association with Sight and Sound.
There's a reason for the life that you live, and there's a pleasing that I know you can give. And I've been craving the love you've been saving, so baby, won't you give it to me? You don't want to let your love go. I'm telling you, yes, yes, yes. KRLA.
You were digging the new hit from Fred, which is out of sight. It's Dick Saint here at 549, and here are the Flamingos.
My love must be a kind of blind love, and I only have for you.
1959 after the game, sock hop music, baby. I tell you, yeah, Flamingos. I only have eyes for you. All right. Have eyes for Shadoe Stevens tonight in a few minutes. Be around for that.
Here's a way to feel refreshed anytime, any place.
Refresh your taste. Chew Wrigley Spearmint Gum. Refresh your taste. For flavor, it's the one. The flavor's fresh and lively too. It cools your mouth, it's great to chew. Refresh your taste. Chew Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
Yes, there's a lot of fresh, lively flavor packed into Wrigley Spearmint Gum. Chew a stick and see how it cools and freshens your taste. Wrigley Spearmint, you'll like it.
Delicious and long-lasting too. Enjoy it daily, millions do. Refresh your taste. Chew Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
All right. Yes, sir. Wonderful. Big chord now. That's it. That's it for Dick Saint. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow at 3. Stand by. Shadoe Stevens is next. Have a nice night.
I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine.
Gosh, thanks, Lynn Anderson, Rose Garden. Hi, I'm just doing really funky things. Shadoe Stevens on your radio set, 556. Here's George Harrison.
Don't need a love letter. Don't need no letter line. You don't need a horoscope for the microscope unless you're in. You open up your heart.
KRLA, Pasadena, entertaining Southern California.
KRLA.
6 o'clock on the Shadoe Stevens radio show. Doing some good music for your head tonight. Here's Led Zeppelin. Certainly is a black leather look cape and cellophane wings with the Shadoe. 6:04 at KRLA. Super music. From 1966 to Birds. For the Bellflower Lowriders on KRLA. Got so much music your brains will fall out. Listen, 6:07 on the Shadoe. And I'm not my brother's keeper.
Oh, no! I'm not my brother's keeper.
I'm not my brother's keeper. That's Flaming Ember. It's 6:10 non-stoppable music from KRLA on the Shadoe. Here's Bob Summers.
The Shadoe. KRLA.
All right, for all the good hits on Whittier Boulevard, doing some low riding and some creeping on Monday night, 6:13 at KRLA. Here's that Black Magic Woman.
Got a black magic woman.
Neat, clean fun with Shadoe Stevens. It's 6:15 at KRLA with non-stopping hit music from the Carpenters.
Mr. Gooder, say, Mr. Gooder, may I have a moment with you?
I'd like to smooth you out some with the Carpenters now and then from their Close to You album. That's Mr. Gooder at KRLA at 6:18 with the Shadoe.
There was a crooked man.
A far-out Western for people who can't resist temptation.
Oh, what a crooked man.
A straight-from-the-hip Western for people who like money. Maybe you should see Kirk Douglas and Henry Fonda in There Was a Crooked Man. Might straighten you out. From Warner Brothers, rated R. Under 17, not admitted without a parent.
See, There Was a Crooked Man, now showing exclusively at Pacific's Pix Theater in Hollywood.
LA weather.
Fair, windy, near freezing tonight. Low tonight will be 35 degrees, and the high tomorrow is 60 degrees with no smog. It's 50 degrees. 50 degrees now downtown. In the valley, it's 45. Orange County, 48 degrees.
KRLA presents the Carpenters in concert.
You can't feel down.
And yet we've just begun.
Friday night, January 15th in the Pasadena Civic, and again Saturday night, January 16th in the Santa Monica Civic. With the Carpenters, Seals and Croft. Two exciting concerts with the Carpenters and Seals and Croft, Friday, January 15th and Saturday, January 16th. Presented by KRLA in association with Sight and Sound.
KRLA.
6:23 on the Shadoe Stevens Radio Show. Once again, computerized psychedelics. Okay.
Yes, right between the sound machine. You don't know what we can find. Why don't you come?
Steppenwolf and the Magic Carpet Riders see a super concert with B.B. King from KRLA, the Anaheim Convention Center, January 24th, which is a Sunday. Here, keep that in mind. 6:26 on the Shadoe Stevens Show. Here's Diana Ross.
Bye, baby. See you around. Didn't I tell you I wouldn't hold you down?
KRLA, Pasadena, entertaining Southern California.
KRLA.
6:30 on the Shadoe.
There's nothing you can do, girl. There's nothing you can say.
This is KRLA News. President Nixon is at this moment conversing with 4 news media representatives at the White House. The president first looked back on his 2 years in office and said his greatest achievement was the winding down of the war and the reduction in American deaths. Among his disappointments, the president listed the failure of Congress to enact his welfare reform program and last spring's campus turmoil.
I think the greatest disappointment was in terms of the tragedies of Kent State, of Jackson State, and of the University of Wisconsin. It is true that over the past 2 years, we've seen the war wind down. We have seen our cities not as inflamed as they were previously. We have seen the amount of violence going down some. But during this administration, to have had three such tragedies as that left a very deep impression upon me.
One big disappointment to a lot of people during the past 2 years has been the deterioration of the nation's economy. But the president says things are not all that bad, and they will get better and better.
1971 is going to be a year of an expanding economy in which inflation, the rise in inflation is going to continue to go down, in which unemployment, which is presently too high, will finally come under control and begin to recede. 1971, in essence, will be a good year, and 1972 will be a very good year. Now, having made that prediction, I will say that the purpose of this administration will be to have an activist economic policy designed to control inflation, but at the same time to expand the economy so that we can reduce unemployment.
I'll see if you can guess who said this. They're like mosquitoes and flies. They're part of the world, and you have to put up with them, I guess. If you guessed Agnew, you're wrong. That was Governor Reagan's reaction to angry demonstrators who shouted dirty words and waved Viet Cong flags throughout his 45-minute swearing-in ceremony and inaugural speech today. The National Guard buttressed the local police force to keep the protesters under control, but there was nothing much they could do about the heckling. Reagan's speech was about what you might have expected. He went over some of his administration's accomplishments and then got down to the real problem still facing the state.
Welfare costs have been increasing more than 3 times as fast as state revenues. Californians don't have to worry about proving their generosity and their compassion. On a per capita basis, we spend more than double the national average for welfare. In spite of that, we have to face the fact that these programs have failed.
The governor said Californians face a tax increase this year, next year, and every year from now on until there is a complete reform of welfare. As far as the Democrats in the legislature are concerned, the governor was right on when he said there will be a tax increase this year. The Democrats, as you know, regained control of the legislature for this session, and the first thing they did was forecast a tax increase. Despite the fact that Governor Reagan predicted the increase, he has repeatedly said he is opposed to new taxes this year. Incidentally, that inauguration today cost you $50,000. Lieutenant Governor Reinecke dropped about $750 of his own money after the ceremonies today. He threw a big beer bust for the 5,000 who were in attendance. All told, 3,100 quarts of suds were quaffed, 3,700 hot dogs were gobbled after being painted with 15 gallons of mustard. Statistics of a more somber kind came from the Pentagon today. Leo McElroy has the tally.
The Pentagon has turned loose a flood of year-end statistics showing such trends as total armed forces down 500,000, the draft off 136,000, and a significant change in the Vietnam picture. Combat deaths now, they say, are outnumbered by what the brass calls non-hostile causes. While most of these are from plane crashes and vehicle accidents, it was noticeable that the non-hostile deaths included the following: suicides, 234, accidental self-destruction, 406, accidental homicides, non-hostile, remember, 662, and intentional homicides, presumably also non-hostile, 85. And just to show they're human, the Pentagon added 93 deaths under the category unknown or not reported. It must be a comfort to all 93 to know they've now been officially reported. Leo McElroy, KRLA News.
We had our first smog alert at school today. How do you tell 28 kids they can't go out for recess because all of a sudden sunshine is poison? They need recess to stay healthy, and so they can stay alert in the classroom and learn. How were they to know there wasn't enough oxygen for them to play, that it would hurt to breathe?
Smog is hurting our children. Find out how and what you can do about it. Send for They're Running Out of Breath, California Teachers Association, 1125 West 6th, L.A. 90017.
A KRLA public service reminder.
L.A. weather, fair and cold tonight, the low 35. Clear again tomorrow with no smog and a high of 60. This is Paul Oscar Anderson.
KRLA. You need cool air. Baby, I'm not cool air.
of the giant hits of 1970. Led Zeppelin, that's A Whole Lot of Love. It's 6:41. Welcome back to the Shadoe Stevens Show from KRLA. Here's from that new album from John Lennon. This is Love.
Love is real. Real is love. To be loved.
More love now from the Partridge Family. And Shadoe Stevens, don't miss KRLA's next concert, Dave Mason and Mama Cass, next Sunday night, Santa Monica Civic.
Sleeping and right in the middle of a good dream, like all at once I wake up from something that keeps knocking at my brain. I think I love you. I think I love you. The Shadoe. KRLA.
Got more love at 6:46 at KRLA. Top 10 music from Stephen Stills, his brand new album. This is called Love the One You're With.
If you're down and confused.
Never happened. Love the One You're With. Stephen Stills on The Shadow at 6:49 on KRLA. How devil are you?
KRLA presents one of television's finest singers and performers, Engelbert Humperdinck, in concert Sunday night, January 17th at the Anaheim Convention Center. Make your plans now to see the Engelbert Humperdinck Show.
They say you found somebody new.
Hear all of his great music in live concert Sunday night, January 17th. Advance tickets available at all of the usual places. Engelbert Humperdinck, presented by KRLA in association with Sight and Sound.
Oh, sucky, sucky now. Hey! Come on, baby. Hey there, sugar dumpling. Let me tell you something.